So with that, welcome everyone to our September Town Hall meeting. We are a little early this month due to some scheduling, so I thank you all for your flexibility. As always, we have a lot of information to share today, a lot of stuff, updates, things going on, things to know about. So we're going to get the ball rolling, and we are going to start with our Administrator and Assistant Executive Director. Please welcome Dmitry Rachevsky. Come on down.
That's so funny that he said that because I feel like it's The Price is Right when I'm coming up here.
That was your vacation.
It was very nice. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. So, for the month of August,
Get close to the mic. Get that
For the
mic.
month of August, thank you. For the month of August, I can't believe we're in September already. My kids are back in school, which is crazy. But for the month of August, our average daily census over at Village Point was 104.5. Our census on Aspen, which is our subacute rehab unit, is 25. Evergreen is 27. Sandalwood is 23, and our Willow community is at 29. So we're kind of in the respiratory season, which I hate, but it is what it is. We currently have 3 residents that are COVID positive. Their days are counting down when they'll be off quarantine. Unfortunately, we do have to quarantine the residents to protect the other residents, patients, and of course the staff. These are all folks that tested positive coming in, and starting next week, we'll have these folks coming off of precaution. We are vigilant in our infection control practices, which is cleaning a little bit more, cleaning our high touch areas, cleaning the railings, just a lot of cleaning. That's really, really important. We this past month we had received education from our infection preventionist, Latira Perry, on the importance of the flu vaccine for our staff, and the flu vaccine clinic is scheduled for October 10th.
At Village Point.
At Village Point. Thank you, Jack. Just some news. So we are sponsoring a walk to end Alzheimer's, Mercer, Middlesex County, which will be held this Sunday at Thompson Park. Again, that's this Sunday. We also, this past month, had a celebratory luncheon for our staff for the survey that we just completed from the Department of Health. That was well received by our staff and well deserved. Some exciting news. We have a new director of rehab services, Anthony Castronova. He is an occupational therapist. He will be joining our team on September 22nd, which will come before we know it. Very experienced in management and in rehab too. So we're looking forward for him to begin also, which affects Monroe Village as well as Village Point. Sales report. Not me. That's all I have. Thank you guys. Enjoy your afternoon. I think it is going to clear up today. I hope, fingers crossed. I have a soccer game tonight, not for myself because I'm out of shape, for my son. So I'm hoping there's no rain because there's nothing worse than sitting outside watching a soccer game in the rain. Jake can attest to that. But we do what we have to do. Thank you guys.
Now, the only thing worse than a soccer game in the rain is a soccer game you drove 2.5 hours for in early December that is rain, sleet, and snow all at the same time. That's worse. But again, we've all been there. We've all done things right for our kids to support them. And, I will say I don't, my kids are older now and I don't miss the running around that Dimitri's in the midst of. And all of you probably did it sometime with your kids and whatever their activities were. But I do miss seeing the kids either play or, well, Samantha's still in the theater, so I still get to go see her shows. I miss that part. All the rest of the craziness, nah. Dimitri, you can keep it. It's all yours. Alrighty. So, yes, we thought about having Dimitri do the sales report, but we decided that he really doesn't know what he's talking about. So, we found somebody who does. So, please welcome our friend Nathan Perez.
It's very good, because I would not be able to do the administrator report. Not my jam. Hi, everybody. We'll go through our dashboard, and then we'll welcome our newcomers. So, current occupancy in independent living is about 80%. It's a little bit below that, but we'll just round up. 197 apartments are now currently occupied. We have 85% of the community sold, so you can see there's a bit of a threshold of depositors that are coming into the community over the next few months. I do want to highlight the sales team's efforts. Last month they had 7 sales, 7 deposits, so that was one of the top performing numbers. It takes a lot to get that, so I encourage them and thank them for their service. 22 move-ins so far this year. We have 25 sales so far. We've got about 3 or 4 apartments that are still currently on hold, and a few people in the community right now that are trying it out. So I anticipate that to continue. Anyone that missed this last time or have missed some of our group meetings that we've had over the past few months, we are part of a focus in the organization. It is called the Focus 3, soon to be Focus 4 communities. These are 3 communities that we are pumping a lot of some first impression capital investment dollars into, as well as escalated sales goals and just kind of mixing things up. We're trying to close the gap on some occupancy at these 3 communities. So this year's efforts are being branded Thrive in 25. We have had several luncheons, a lot of mailers, and a new newsletter that's going out to folks out there to kind of enhance our sales program. This also does include an enhanced resident referral program. We have the posters out in the main lobby here, as well as trifolds that will explain to you the new benefits. So please check those out. They are in the lobby area and in the information holder right outside of the mail room. We also have updated our ambassador program. So the ambassadors are folks that live here that volunteer with the sales and marketing department. Sometimes they give tours to people. Sometimes they're involved in group events. Other times they just meet in our office and have coffee with someone for 5 to 10 minutes and explain what their life is like here. So they volunteer in a lot of different ways, but it is all outward focusing efforts to encourage people to come and join the community. So we have some updated perks for those members as well. If you're interested in volunteering as part of that group, please see the sales office. They love to help people, have people help them. So some of the smaller events that we have successfully executed already, we have done a series of resident ambassador and executive director luncheons. I believe we've done 2 or 3 of those. Those are gaining traction with folks. We're getting a lot of great feedback from those events because of the one-on-one interaction that prospects are having with people that live here. And Jay, we did a Live Well tour and it's partially. We did a Live Well tour and luncheon. We're always trying to focus on engagement and getting people involved, especially with their physical health. So we did a series of that, as well as a cooking demonstration with Chef Marlon, who we all love. We're going to be repeating the ambassador luncheon and the cooking demonstration with Chef Marlon, since we've seen some good, gotten some good feedback from those events. Some additional marketing tactics that we have deployed. We have resident testimonial letters that are going out. Last year we refreshed our resident testimonials, so we have a good group of folks that have moved in the past few years. We captured some of the things that they love about the community, a little bit about their experience of moving into the community, and then we're using that in our advertising. I've sent out a few letters with some specific calls to action, such as come in for lunch, come in and meet the executive director. And then we have refreshed a monthly e-newsletter. This will be going out, or this is already going out to folks who we have a captured email address on. So those are some of the many ways that we have kind of ramped up a lot of our marketing and are kind of hitting the market hard. Some ways that you can help us. Everyone should be a good neighbor. Anytime we are touring, we always appreciate when you just stop and say hi. You give a quick unsolicited testimonial or recommendation for a minute or two in passing. That goes miles with people. You know, imagine someone touring the community and seeing a room full of foreign faces, so to speak, strangers, and then one of them comes up to them and just says, hey, I toured just like you, and here's some of the things I like. It really does kind of put people at ease and lets them drop their guard and be a little bit more vulnerable and really look at this rather than having some defenses up. So please continue to do that, all of us. You can also refer your friends officially. If you bring us their name and address, some sort of contact information, and they move into the community, you will receive 1 monthly service fee paid by our department. If they tour the community and don't end up moving in, this is a new enhancement. We will provide to you bonus spring points so that you can utilize that on a monthly basis. So every time you refer someone and they tour, you'll get an allotment of some spring points to spend however you like. Get some cake. Get the steak. I don't know. You can also provide a positive review or recommendation for us online. That, again, is a lot of the ways that people are finding us now is online. So any bit of positive feedback, great little short stories that you can provide to us really does paint a great picture for us out there when people are looking up, you know, where am I moving to? And you can certainly follow us on Facebook. The Monroe Village and Village Point also have 2 separate pages. So if you're going to follow one, I recommend you follow both. Just see, there's a lot of great stories that go on in these communities on both sides of the campus here, and some things that you're not necessarily a part of, but you might be interested in learning is going on, right? These are QR codes. They are posted on referral flyers throughout the community. This one will lead you to the Facebook page in case you want to follow us there or give us a like or recommendation. And then this other one is for Google, so you can leave a Google review. Even if you do not have a Gmail account, there is still a way to do that. And on the back of that referral flyer, we have directions on how to do so. Or again, you can always meet with our sales team, and Adrian or one of the others will walk you through that. Finally, you know, we like to end this segment with welcoming folks that joined us since the last meeting. So these are folks that have moved in or closed with us since our last meeting. I want to say welcome to the family, Phyllis Shannon and Bob Nutter, and Roberta or Bobby Carver. Welcome to the family and the community. Thank you so much for your support.
Thank you, Nathan. Yeah, again, I know I say it every month, you as our residents are the ones who speak the best to those who may want to join us as part of the Monroe Village family. Your experiences, your observations, your time living here, the stories that you can share are really powerful and help folks feel comfortable. You know, anytime, as Nathan said, you go into something new, there's always a bit of trepidation, right? A little uncertainty, you know, you're making a big change. But when you have someone who reaches out to you and makes you feel comfortable, it makes all the difference in the world in any situation like that. And we are known as being a very welcoming and friendly community. You tour other places, even other places within Spring Point, and you'll find that you don't see the same friendliness that we have here. And that's a hallmark of our community, and that's because of all of you. And it's really, really wonderful that we have that. One of the other things folks like to see is what's going on. What are we doing? And God knows we got something going on all the time. I mean, just trying to move a meeting was I needed an act of Congress to get this room for this morning. So the person who does all that and the team is our Live Well team. So please welcome our Live Well program manager, Steve Wing.
Act of Congress. Okay.
Act of Congress.
Good morning, everyone. So, some upcoming events. Amy and Keith Spencer. Which we always have Keith. Keith is a very hallmark He's one of the best, I think. I think I even saw he was at Meadow Lakes last week, so I even encourage, if Nathan is listening, he should invite some prospects over, help those sales numbers. Saturday, September 13th, Ernesto's Club, they were here last year, very exciting show, so we're excited to have them back. Tuesday, September 16th, Angela, 2:30, I always hear great feedback. Angela literally goes all over the place in New Jersey, so we're excited to have her returning. Thursday, September 18th, we actually have live entertainment during Thirsty Thursday. Trey, she's from, I believe, North Carolina, so she's not really from the area, but she's a nice, down-to-earth, plays guitar, little banjo, so she had a performance, I would say, the second quarter of this year. Saturday, September 20th, Relive the Beatles. We did have a Beatles show beginning of the year, but this is what we usually have at night. Very great, loud show, okay? Loud. But it's a fun show. Usually I even come with maybe my children, try to teach them what music is. You like that, huh? Friday, October 3rd, Oktoberfest. We'll have our Oktoberfest band. It will be Friday. I know Yom Kippur is the day before, I believe, so I always like to have Oktoberfest in October, but it does happen in Germany in September, so good excuse to eat pretzels and beer, right? There you go. So I'll provide those both, okay? Fun time. All right, so I actually have some pictures. So let's see. I have it right here. So we'll have these probably on the bulletin boards and everything, but Active Aging Week is October. We've been doing this really since, I've been here 15 years, so close to that, I guess. So we do have a schedule. So Monday, 9:30, bowling. Let's have some bowling. We did this a couple years ago, but Ash and I were talking, and guess what? We'll go too. Okay. Ashley and baby number 2 will be there. Pickleball course and live all day. Live all day. So we've been talking about communication. I think it's great that we always have people here during town hall, but there's also a lot of people that don't come to town hall, and maybe they don't know everything that we do here. So Live All Day is a good way for people to interact with, let's say, the spiritual team, the Live Well team, the transportation team, physical therapy, all of people who actually work in Monroe Village, and telling you what we have been working on, what we can, feedback. We love to get feedback, so it's a great day. Again, everyone here, I know we're very involved, so you can certainly come too and tell us what you're thinking, what you're like. I know we get a lot of, I know Gina as well, like, hey, I want to see this play. So we really need to get that information so we can get enough people to go to these plays that we're interested in, for example. That's just Monday. Yeah. Tuesday, we usually have our Tai Chi class, aerobics, move and groove, and it says escape room. We're all trying to escape Monroe Village, okay? Come on in, we're trying to leave. I'll explain. Okay. Escape room, it's kind of a very new thing. I would say in the last decade it's been popular. We've never done it here, so I've never done it. I've never been a part of one, but I'm attempting to do one here for the residents, okay? So we're gonna have sign-ups. We're trying something new. This is very good for people who like solving puzzles. So basically the concept is, I talked to Matt Smith, our dining director, and we'll be using the bistro. So when the bistro closes for lunch, I probably have to start decorating the day before. We'll probably make the bistro 50s theme. So we'll have even a theme night for those people who, like for me, I'm not good with puzzles, but maybe I like a cheeseburger and milkshake. That will probably be on the menu that night. Okay, a little preview. Hope Matt's listening. So it should be fun. We're expecting 2 groups. It'll be a timed event, obviously, because you're trying to escape the diner. So obviously more details, but that's the concept. Wednesday, Strength and Tone, and Wednesday we'll have our Walk to End Alzheimer's. I have a flyer on the next deck so we can talk more. Thursday that week, we'll have our outdoor games, and we'll actually have a barbecue lunch. So outdoor games, we'll have, you've seen pictures before, we'll even do our, every year we do a baseball type of game. It's not like a real baseball, but it's very fun, right, Jay? The barbecue lunch, I actually have the menu. We're getting it outside catered. It's going to be, because it's also a little baseball theme, hot dogs, turkey burgers, veggie burgers, potato salad, pasta salad, garden tossed salad, and all the fixings for burgers and chocolate chip cookies. This will be first come, first serve because it's free. Okay, so it's again a nice little thank you for people for dealing with us, participating, having fun. So Friday, we'll have a walking fit trip through our transportation team. We'll have our class range of motion, and usually we have like the 1:15 live entertainment. Saturday, again, pickleball, table, shuffleboard, and live entertainment. I forget the show, but we do have entertainment that night, and cornhole and ping pong on Sunday. So, also the other graphic, Phil Zipser was a resident here many years. He was, if you don't know, he was a passionate, very good at gardening. So we did this last year during Live Well Day. A lot of his plants he actually donated, and people used, paid for it. All those proceeds went to the scholarship fund. So that was Phil's wishes. So we miss Phil. We're still doing that. So we're excited to have. And I know Jill Hoffenberg had a lot to do with that. So I did not, right, Jill? Inside joke. Ask a friend. Here's that other graphic I was telling you. Walk to End Alzheimer's, Wednesday, October 8th, 1 o'clock around the pond. It's fun. Guests are welcome. It's a good way to raise awareness, but also raise some funds to help, obviously, a devastating disease. But it's good fun, good exercise. That's why we do it, okay? I know Bob and Muriel and Elvira, they're usually the ones that are going for the gold. But you can go at your own pace. So very fun. And the other graphic, during Live Well Day, starting actually today, we will be having Leave a Review and Win. So, and also I mentioned Live Well Day, if you need help because of tech or whatever ailments we'll say, we'll help you, okay? We'll help you that day, but basically we'll take a look if anyone does a review like starting now to really Live All Day. We'll announce a winner in a raffle at October's town hall. Okay, so just a little incentive. As you can see, it will be a gift card. So it'll probably be a gift card that people actually like, maybe to Amazon. Okay, ordering from Amazon. So fun incentive to get a review. Hopefully it's a good review. Let's see. Oh, there is Campbell. She started first grade, so just like to update everyone. So yeah, everyone had a good first week of school, knock on wood. There's Eva. She started first day of second grade, so Eva and Campbell are at the same school now. And then Carter. Yeah. Now, where were you guys when I needed some help at soccer? All this talk about soccer. I volunteered to be a coach for a first and second grade.
You silly man.
I know, where were you? Well, look at that face, look at that face.
Well, what happens is in first grade soccer, they all, remember the Peanuts? Okay, Charlie Brown, and they'd all kind of move around like this. Well, that's what soccer is with first graders. I call it bunch ball. The whole bunch just moves around, and somewhere in the middle is the ball.
Yes, my patience will
like
be, definitely, but I heard there were like other 36 kids on the waiting list, so I'm like, I'll volunteer to coach. I used to play soccer, so But just, how can you say no to that? So yeah, he had a good, first grade now. So just a little update, but thanks everyone. If you need any questions or help with your tablet, iPhone, I'm here after the meeting, okay? So have a great day, everyone. Thank you. I'll be here tomorrow.
Thank you, Steve. So we want to see a picture of Steve after he coaches his first soccer game. That's the picture we want to show next month, because you think Steve has curly hair now? Imagine what it'll look like after coaching a soccer game full of first graders. Oh man. Anyway, I don't have a good transition from that. Gina has lovely hair. So we're going to turn it over to Gina DePiro, our Director of Resident Services, who has more fun and events and stuff to share. So please welcome Gina.
Good morning, everybody. I never got involved in soccer. I was one of the lucky ones. My kids were football and lacrosse. And my daughter tried her hand. She was actually good in field hockey. So, and I just realized, I realized over the last weekend that this is the first year in 27 years that I am not part of any school. I don't have to fill out the forms. I don't have to fill out FOSFA, and anybody who has done that for their kid in college knows it's a nightmare. I hate FOSFA. So this is the first time in 27 years. I'm so excited. I don't miss it. Okay, so next Tuesday, September 9th, we will be having our fall health fair. We didn't have one in the spring, so I got a lot of requests that we bring it back. So we are doing that. We have about 16 vendors that will be participating. Plus we'll have Live Well here, I believe PT will be here, and we will have our clinic table as well. And remember that, because I'm going to go back to the clinic table. This is our one of our fundraisers for Alzheimer's disease, so we'll also have snacks that you can buy and to donate to the Alzheimer's Association. This is also where the Monroe Township Police Department will be here. They come twice a year to let you get rid of your unwanted prescriptions or vitamins, anything that's you're not taking anymore, expired, anything that's not a needle or liquid, they will take. So please just throw it in a bag and bring it on down on Tuesday the 9th, and they will gladly take it from you and dispose of it correctly. And it's really not only a safety thing, but it's also an environmental. A lot of pills people tend to throw down the toilet, and all that gets into our drinking water. So this is really helping that as well. Okay, on Monday, Archer, which some of you know is a local law office, they will be here to discuss planning today to protect tomorrow. None of us want to admit that we're getting older, but as my bones creak in the morning, I am sadly mistaken. We are getting older, and a lot of the illnesses that come with age are very expensive. And so that eats into monies and assets, especially with things like cancer or dementia. So it's really important that we plan for the future, to protect that, to protect, our legacy that we worked hard for. And they also help with Medicaid applications, and so you should know, what to expect. It's always better, the more information that you have, the more education that you're given, the better you can handle situations coming down the pike. And then the other part of it is what do you want? You know, if you get sick, what do you really want? What are your limits? You know, you might want this, but not want that. And it's important, it's called a living will, and it's very important that one be made so that should you be unconscious, everyone knows exactly what your wishes are. So they will be here on Monday, September 8th, here in the auditorium from 2 to 3 p.m. giving a presentation. And I really encourage you, even if you don't use them, they just want to get the information out there to you. And then you go to whoever you want. Okay, the CDC says 2025 is Fight the Flu year. We will have, Simone asked me, because she's not up here this month, to remind everybody that it is flu vaccine time. October 22nd will be the clinic. It'll be here in the auditorium like in the previous years. Sign-ups will be in the clinic, except since we're having the health fair and the clinic will have a table, they will have the papers for you to sign up for. So if you don't want to walk down to the clinic, you can cheat and come on Tuesday to the clinic table and you'll be able to sign up then. Okay, please bring your insurance card or a copy of your insurance card, just in case they don't have the current one on file, so that everything can go through nice and smooth. Also, if you have not gotten the chance, if you go down towards the salon in the B wing and you look at the kids zone, you'll notice it's completely different. And I want to thank Jay for understanding my vision and Steve for putting up with my vision. And yes, we do, for trying to figure out what I was doing to them in trying to create this space. It's not 100% finished, but it is a beautiful space. And I've heard from a couple of people that the kids are using it and liking it. And so I encourage you to bring your families and friends that have, and it's actually all ages, because if you were in the space, you see there are 2 chairs that are on the floor. That wasn't a mistake. We didn't forget to put the legs on. They are called gaming chairs. And these chairs are plugged in so they can sit down and plug their Switch or whatever gaming system they're using, tablet, whatever, and they can game right from the chair. So it's really cool. So this is for all ages. Even though you see the climber and you think 3-year-old, it is actually for all ages. So please stop by, and thanks to Jay again. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Thank you, Gina. Steve, you heard what Gina just said about the climber, right? 3-year-olds. Just reminding you, okay?
He claimed the chair.
Oh, he claimed the gaming chair? Okay, we'll let him have the gaming chair. It's amazing how technology has changed and what the kids do nowadays. You know, you went from days of, you know, going to an arcade and a pinball machine and that kind of thing to, you know, I guess what, Pong? Does anybody remember Pong? That was probably, I was gonna say, I'm seeing some heads shaking. That was like my parents' era was, oh, we have Pong. And then you went to Atari and television and the things Nintendo when I was a kid. And now everything's on their phones or their tablets and they plug in. And my nephew who's 16, and he's not new at this, but this is a thing that kids do now. They play games, you know, online with people across the country and around the world. It's just amazing how like that technology has changed and what kids do. It's far, far different from, you know, like I said, the days of pinball machine and Pong. So pretty crazy, pretty crazy. All right, so we are entering an important time of year in the religious calendar, and Jenny, our senior chaplain, was so excited about it she couldn't control herself and couldn't make it here today. Now, unfortunately, Jenny is under the weather, but we are very fortunate not only to have Jenny as our senior chaplain, we also have the lovely Yvonne Eschner as our associate chaplain. So Yvonne's going to come up and share with us what we've got planned for the High Holy Days coming up. So please welcome Yvonne.
Hello. Bring the mic down.
Oh, yeah, gotta get the mic. It is so wonderful to be here, and I thank everybody for your welcoming me. It's just been a wonderful, warm experience, so I feel the warmth coming from you and the welcoming, and it is most appreciated because it, as Jay mentioned, it does not always happen that way. So I'm delighted to be here. I am an interfaith chaplain, and I am going to be attending. I won't be leading, but what we're coming upon, as you can see here, is our High Holy Days for the Jewish community, and it will be led by Rabbi Asher, who many of you probably know from previous years. He will be coming back because I am not a rabbi, so I'm not really qualified to lead these services, but I can participate certainly in any way. And this will be on September the 23rd at 11 a.m. And Rosh Hashanah, if you don't know, is the beginning of the High Holy Days. It's the beginning of the new year. And there's just a lot of spiritual reflection and celebration of the new Jewish year. So it's a very important holiday. And I should say from the beginning that even if you're not Jewish, if you want to come and just be part of it and join in with the service, and we're open. You know, it's I think that one of the beauties of this community is that we have the opportunity to learn from each other and to bring joy to each other. So I encourage a real interfaith spirit here, that we do not say, well, you know, I know I'm Protestant, I can't go, or no, I'm Jewish, I can't go. You know, we want to be together, and I think one of the things we're learning in this country is that there's a lot of division. We don't want division here. We want everybody to be joining together. And so following, one of the beauties of the High Holy Days is that it's supposed to be a sweet holiday. So we celebrate honey and challah, the special bread, and apples and grape juice, anything sweet, but honey and bread and apples are the big thing. So please come and join us after our service. If you're there at the service, all the better. I think you will have a good time. And the word we say to each other is Shana Tova, which means Happy New Year. So that's a way you can greet your neighbors. Following, about a week later, October 1st, we celebrate, I shouldn't say celebrate, we observe Kol Nidre, which is the beginning of Yom Kippur, which is our very high holy day, a day of atonement, a day of repentance. And so this service is in preparation for the following day of Yom Kippur. Again, these services will be led by Rabbi Asher. And in the service for Yom Kippur, there is a special time called Yizkor, which is to remember those we've loved and lost. And I would encourage, even if you're not Jewish, if there's someone or people, your family, people that you want to remember, and you want to be in a group and feel upheld and affirmed, and maybe you are newly mourning, please come and join the Yizkor service. And I should also note that we do have back by the mailbox the what do you call the folders? The where you put all the announcements.
Oh, yeah, up on the bulletin board or in those little cubby things.
In the cubbies, yeah. You'll see a flyer on on our, about giving to the ill, that's coming up. I have more information on it, but you can donate to what I'm gonna talk about next and have your relatives' names mentioned in the East Core service. So give it some thought. And this is what I was referring to, the donations to our intern program. We don't have an intern at this moment, but we are always wanting to be prepared to have one, and there will be one, I guess, in the coming year. A rabbi intern, and which is a very special program to give our rabbis in learning a chance to find themselves in a congregation and just give us the wisdom that they bring in their studies. It's a very important program, and their donation forms, here it is, it will be at the brochure display outside of the mailroom. And if you wish to contribute, just put your donation in an envelope. You can drop it off at the chaplain's office, or I haven't looked yet because I'm so new, but I think we have a mailbox somewhere.
Yeah, we're going to drop it in the administration office.
In the administration office. So those donations will be most welcome, and your loved one will be remembered. And that's it. So I look forward to those that I have not met. Please feel free to introduce yourself to me, and be patient with my ability to remember names, as I'm trying to learn as many as I can at one time. So thank you so much once again for your welcoming spirit, and I look forward to getting to know all of you.
Thank you, Yvonne. We are so fortunate to have you here as a part of our group. Yvonne, as she said, brings a wealth of experience as an interfaith chaplain, and has already made an impact on our community, and we're so fortunate to have her here. One other thing just to note, Yvonne spoke a little bit about our intern program and donations to that. I think you all know we've been blessed to have several rabbinical interns over time. Asher at one point, Aviva not too long ago. She wasn't an intern, but she came through the same program. It's really special, in my opinion, for us to be able to have a program like that, to be able to allow young folks, regardless of their faith, who want to have a career in faith and sharing with others, the opportunity to learn what it's like to lead a congregation and to be in a community, and particularly a community like ours that serves a special population. It's a great opportunity, and we've really seen the positive impact that something like that has had on the interns, but just as importantly, the positive impact it has had on all of us here at our community. So I'm really pleased that we continue to be able to offer that and to have those opportunities when they present themselves. And of course, we wouldn't be able to have the entire Spiritual Life program without the support of the Spring Point Foundation. It's the foundation that provides the funding for the Spiritual Life program here at our communities. And that really, it's one of several things the foundation does, but it's something that really has a tangible impact, in my opinion, on all of us, regardless of your faith. Because it's not necessarily about your religion, necessarily. It's about being supportive. It's about being understanding of one another. And again, this is not an offering that all communities like ours have. So I feel very fortunate that we have the support of the foundation to be able to provide programs like that. And of course, it's through all of your generosity that allows the foundation to provide us with these things. So I think I've given her enough of an intro, and you may have heard a little more. I'm going to switch and go from serious to fun for a minute. Steve talked a little earlier about the escape room and the theme. You may pick up from Susan's presentation that she's carrying that theme forward, not of the escape room, but of the theme of the escape room. Although there have been days Susan would probably like to escape herself.
Yeah.
See, there you go. Do you like how I pulled that together?
I like
So
it.
without further ado, please welcome our Senior Director of Development, Susan Sina.
Well, Jay, thank you for that beautiful introduction. I feel like Miss America. I was like, wow, I have to
Like
do it.
this. Well, I guess it's the Queen, right?
That's
Is
the
that
Queen. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for listening to me. I have so much to share with you, but I'm going to make it short because Jay teed it up perfectly. You guys are all ready for the 1950s, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's see what we have. So, for all of our donors that have donated to the Spring Point Foundation on an annual basis, we have a party in this room. This year, the theme is the 1950s drive-in movie theater. Now, my coworker in the back, Dan, is going to want to join me because there's going to be some pictures up here of him as well. But what we want to do is we want to bring you movie trivia. So if you haven't donated and you want to, you can see Dan or I after. If you have donated, your invitation will be coming to you shortly. But let me give you a little hint of what we're doing. And I have to thank Dan for putting this together. This is the menu. You will all, in your invitation, you will receive the menu. So if anybody has any allergy to something, please let me know, all right? And that way, we can work with Morrison to get you what you want. And we want everybody to have fun. Brush up on your movie trivia, too. So let me show you the menu more specifically. The opening reels, the T-bird eggs. We got mini deviled quail eggs with crispy pancetta and chive oil. Now, this photo does not do it justice. They have promised me that you're going to have food that you have not had before here. So, what else are we including? The sock hop sliders, Kobe beef, big onion jam and micro arugula. Another slider, aged balsamic portobello mushroom, blistered red pepper, peppered mozzarella, and the micro basil. You're going to have both sliders. And what's for dessert? The shake rattle roll. We want you to have a chocolate malted and strawberry swirl mini milkshake. And you're going to have a cinnamon sugar donut skewer with spicy chocolate sauce. So your chef Marlon is going to make this special for this event. We are going to have so much fun. We're also bringing you a mocktail. Now, for those of you who would like a little bit extra spice in your mocktail, we will have that for you. We can just put a little splash of something in your mocktail. It's apple, what is it, apple brandy or apple something we're doing? Yeah, probably apple brandy. Just a little bit to give it a little bit more fall apple taste. So we want you to feel like the 1950s drive-in movie. We want you to feel like it's fall time and it's time to go to the movie theater. So rolling in for good times, we want you to park it for the clip show and trivia. Dan and I are putting together a 1950s clips for you to answer. You're going to have to answer some trivia questions. So we're going to have trivia on the table. So as you see it, you can write down what you think it is. We're going to have a prize. And we're going to just have a lot of laughs. Dan and I are already laughing. So here's the invitation, what it's going to look like. You will get that again in another few weeks. And it has my phone number and my contact information on there. So if you have any questions, you let me know. And to RSVP, you just need to email me or call me. Again, this is myself, this is Dan and I from last year. And then a little AI fun Dan put together of what we look like as far as the 1950s. I don't know if I can find that dress. Does anybody have a dress like that? Oh, very nice, thank you. So if you have questions, whether you donated or not, or you want to donate, you let me know. Let Dan know. We'll help you out. And it wouldn't be any fun unless we were to be cool like Jay. You would slide on over to Foundation Day. You like that? Isn't he so handsome? Look at him. You'd be a true T-bird with your fancy car, slick back hair, the jacket's leather up. Yes, oh boy. So if you want to come dressed in 1950s, please do. We will be that way. But if you don't, that's okay too. We want you to just come and have fun. The food's going to be great. The trivia is going to be great. We're just going to have a good time. We have a few little surprises for you. Nothing over the edge, but I think you'll enjoy them. And we want to thank a million to you, all of you cool cats. We'll catch you on the 21st. And if you notice on this picture, did you see the Starlight Drive-In? Yeah. There you go. It's right here. The party is right here in this room. So thank you so much.
Hey. That's about as good as you get, so. All right, now that they've thoroughly embarrassed me, we will keep moving. Maybe I'll show up with something special on the 21st. Weather dependent, that's all I'm gonna say. I don't know, if Susan left, she doesn't even know what I'm talking about. Susan, she ran away.
I'm here.
You don't even know, I said weather dependent. Maybe I'll show up with something special on the 21st.
Really?
Maybe.
Oh, don't we want to see that?
If the weather cooperates.
Okay.
The weather has to cooperate, that's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, we have outside photos?
Perhaps.
Oh!
Perhaps. We'll see. We'll see what
Weather.
happens.
It's temperature weather thing, I got
Temperature's okay. Rain is not. Okay? So pray for nice weather on October 21st. Okay?
Thank you.
And we'll see what rolls up. How's that? One at a time. One at a time, y'all get a ride. Unless somebody's gonna sit side saddle. Which I've done on occasion, but I'll leave that to the imagination and we'll see what rolls up on the 21st. So, anyway, enough of that. Enough of that. There's the teaser for being a part of Foundation Day and a wonderful time we're gonna have. It really is. Every Foundation Day event we do, this is what, maybe our 4th, Susan? Is this our 4th?
We've done, I think this is the 8th one where we've done, yeah.
All right, see, time flies when you're having fun. All great events, all different themes, lots and lots of fun. So we're looking forward to that in about 6 weeks' time. All right, I gotta get myself geared up for the 21st. Okay, I just made a promise. All right, so we are coming down the home stretch. I'd like to start my report by welcoming the newest member of our Monroe Village team. Come on in. Welcome Miss Melissa Oliveri. Melissa is our new business office facilitator. She's been here, this is week 3, right? End of week 3.
Yeah.
And she kept coming back, so y'all didn't scare her away. Thank you. No, Melissa comes with a great background, having done similar work elsewhere for many, many years. She's a wonderful, warm, welcoming person. She's still learning her role, so please be patient. You know, bills are gonna come out soon, meaning next week most likely. Please give her a little bit of space, okay? She's still learning, but we'll get everything taken care of for you. I don't know if you just want to say hi or anything, or...
Hello, it's nice to see all of you, and I look forward to meeting all of you and working with you as well.
Thank you, Melissa, and welcome to Monroe Village. We're really happy to have you here. Thank you. All right, and as we all know, the business office is located down on the 1st floor, on the lower level, on your way to our assisted living neighborhood. So you can always stop by there and welcome Melissa as well. All right, this is so important, I thought it bared repeating. Flu shots, flu shot clinic, October 22nd. Gina covered this, but I wanted to do a second reminder. October 22nd, here in the auditorium. We'll be doing it roughly 10:15 to 4:30. And if you remember, if you were here last year or in years prior, we will be doing appointment blocks by wing. You'll be given, 10:15 to 10:45 will be the A wing. And again, I'm just making that up as an example. More information to follow on all of that. As Gina said, please contact the clinic to sign up. We will need your insurance information. but you can also register next Tuesday at the health fair. So that's the plan, October the 22nd. So have the party on the 21st, right? And then the flu shots on the 22nd. I don't know if that's the right way to do it, but think of it that way. Harvey, yeah.
Will we be offering the COVID shot?
We will be offering other shots, COVID, Prevnar, whatever, as we base it on, see what interest there is. There'll be more information released on that, okay? But that'll be the date for any of those sorts of things, okay? So make your plans now, please. Okay, a couple of projects that we've been talking about that I wanted to give everybody updates on. The backyard project. We continue to face some bureaucratic challenges from both the township and the county. They're doing their job, but it is frustrating, bureaucracy. But I think we may be closing in on where we might be able to get started. We are now requesting that the township grant us the building permits while the other items, such as the arborist signing off on the tree specimens and other things like that, get rectified. So we are hoping the township will grant us that ability, but it does lie in their hands. So we will see where this goes. But we do still hope to get the project rolling this year, and we will get it rolling as soon as we have those approvals that we need. Fireside Restaurant. We did talk a little bit about this briefly before, but an update. You know, we did the refresh of the bistro earlier this year. So we're going to do a little refresh down in the Fireside Restaurant. Some new paint, some new wallpaper, some new artwork. Thank you to the art committee, the ad hoc art selection committee who helped us with finding some of those images as well as those that are going to go elsewhere. We'll also be creating a new place for takeout orders to be picked up, which will make it a little bit easier for those residents who are coming for a pickup, as well as a better designated area for assistive devices to be kept, scooters, walkers, things like that. That will all be happening in the next few months. We will likely need to make some modifications to how we run dinner during those times. So in advance, I'm asking for everybody's flexibility. However, we will not be shutting down the Fireside Restaurant. We may just have to extend hours or change what locations. We're going to do the work in the Fireside Restaurant kind of by area or by section. So as that gets all put together, a little more detail on that will come out, but wanted to give everyone the heads up on that. The main entrance and the concierge desk. As you know, last year we did a lot of work on the outside of the main entrance with the porte cochere. We continued that earlier this year with the koi pond, and now we're going to be bringing that work inside to the main entrance. So we'll be doing some work where the concierge desk will be relocated. If you can imagine walking in our front door, the concierge desk is kind of, as you walk in, it's back there, right? It's real easy to go past it and not see it. So we're going to be relocating the concierge desk, essentially moving it or turning it 90 degrees so that the concierge desk will in essence be located where the Uniguest monitor is now with the different activities and programs. It'll be in that location. And then we'll be doing some other adjustments and modifications in that area to make it a little friendlier for all of you and for your guests when they come to visit. We'll also be creating some additional designated spaces for package storage and scooters and carts when people go out on trips. Did y'all ever know how much you order from Amazon? Unbelievable. We need to have our own Amazon locker here at Monroe Village, and that's what we're going to essentially be creating as part of this main entrance work as well, and that will continue. The project that we've said is a couple years in the making, starting outside, working our way in, and we'll continue to work from there. And then, of course, in the hallways, again, we've talked about the ad hoc art selection committee, who put in 2 or 3 rounds worth of work looking at various images. We have now, well over 300 that are going to be put up all throughout the independent living hallways. So that'll be coming a little bit later this year. And some of the most popular ones, according to the ad hoc committee, will actually be those that will make their way into the Fireside Restaurant. Because our thinking was, that's an area where everybody will see just about everything. So we wanted to put the most popular selections in there for all of you to enjoy. And then we'll also be adding some new furniture, as we said, in the C-Wing entrance on the first floor, coming in from parking lot 2, and on the F-Wing in parking lot 4, we'll be renovating those areas, and then the hallways sort of getting you from the clubhouse to those locations. There'll be some new furniture put in there. All part of our ongoing work to refresh and update our community so that it continues to be a great place to live. All right, it's September, so that means I've been working on the budget for about 2 months now, believe it or not. Our budget process starts in July for the upcoming year. We are now at the point where we have put together a draft budget that is in the process of being reviewed. Now we have 2 different types of budgets, okay? Or 2 different types of things, if you will. We have what we call the operating budget, and the operations, which is what on a day-to-day basis is, revenue and expenses, okay? The day-to-day stuff. What we pay to keep the lights on, what we pay the staff, the revenue that you all pay as your monthly service fees. That's the operating budget. But then we also have a capital budget, and those are for those big ticket items, like those projects we just talked about that we'll be completing this year. We look at our capital budget projects in a slightly different way. We work with some outside folks who do this for a living, and they conduct what's called a capital needs assessment. They look at our building, they look at our infrastructure, and they identify what the useful life of all sorts of things are. From carpeting, to light fixtures, to heating and air conditioning systems, to the dishwasher down in the main kitchen. And they give us some idea of what the useful life of those things are and what the estimated cost of replacement is. And we use that information to help build our capital budget, which is again paying for those big ticket items. I tend to describe it as the operating budget. If I think about myself as an individual or as a homeowner, the operating budget is my day-to-day expenses, right? I get paid, and then I have to pay money to go to the grocery store, and I pay money for the electric bill every month and things like that. But then there's some money that I save, and I use it for bigger things in my house, like maybe I have to have the roof replaced, or maybe I'm going to replace the carpeting, or things like that. That's the capital budget sorts of items. So it's kind of in 2 different buckets, and we look at all of those. Once we get past the draft process and have something that's a little more formalized, we then bring in representatives from our resident populations. So you have 2 different groups of folks that provide us feedback on the budget once we kind of get it to a format that we can explain and share with everyone. You have your financial advisory committee, who is made up of a number of individual residents and a couple of your executive committee board members plus your resident trustee. And then we have the executive committee itself of the Residents Association. We bring those folks together and we talk about the budget and we go through it and we ask for suggestions and thoughts and feedback, and then we incorporate that as best as we can into the final budget that goes to the Board of Trustees outside of Monroe Village. That's through Spring Point and through our resident trustee, Barry Falk, and it has to be approved there. So there's it's a rigorous process, but it's a well-done process to make sure that everybody has input, everybody has the opportunity for feedback through their representatives, and we get at the end a product that will serve us well and give us direction in the coming year. So, once all of that is done and the final vote from the Board of Trustees takes place, we then present all of this to a general resident meeting, and that is tentatively scheduled for Monday, November 24th at 1 p.m. And that budget meeting takes the place of our November town hall meeting. So just so you know, because we start getting into the holiday season, Thanksgiving and whatnot, it's kind of hard to have all these different meetings. So we sub out the town hall meeting in November and sub in the budget meeting. So make note of that, and we'll continue to share information with you as we get closer, and certainly involve your representative through your governance to be a part of the process as well. All right, we've got something from the Monroe mailbag this month that I wanted to share. So I'm gonna read this because it's the print's a little small, but I wanted to get it all in there. So I got this letter from somebody who shall remain nameless, who wrote, "I returned to my apartment and saw that the night table in the middle of my bedroom had been moved. What is this all about? So I opened the door where the air conditioner is, and I assumed they were cleaning the unit and replacing the filters. Okay, but there was a filter laying on the floor. What's this all about? Rather than call maintenance, I decided to wait for a while and see if anyone would come back. Lo and behold, in just a few minutes, there was a knock at my door. It was Robert from maintenance with a vacuum cleaner. He apologized for not leaving a note that he would be back. He said he saw the condition of the unit and told me that after taking the filter out, that the dust was very thick inside the unit itself. He did not want to simply put a new filter in because the unit would not put out clean air if it was still dirty inside. Robert could have just changed the filter and left, and I would not have been any the wiser. However, Robert cared about doing a complete job. I guess he likes me since we're both born in July. Thank you for having workers like Robert." Isn't that? And it's great when we hear of these, these little things that happen that we don't often get to see, because they do happen every day. There are times we miss the mark, but there's a lot of times where these little details, these little things happen, and we never hear about them. So thank you to the person who shall remain nameless for sharing this instance with us, and we will certainly share it with Robert and give him a little special recognition as well. So with that, we are going to turn the lights up, and we will open it up for comments and questions. If you do have a comment or a question, please raise your hand and wait for the microphone to get to you so that all of your friends can hear you. All right, our artist in residence this month, the lovely Miss Rita, she gets the first shot today.
All right, I have a comment. The first comment is that there are 2 dead fish in the pond.
And that's why you didn't see Stan this morning. We're figuring out what's going on. We're keeping an eye on that. Thank you. Yes.
And the second comment is that the white railing in front of the pond in the back, is filthy.
Yep.
We'd like it cleaned.
Yep, we're waiting for some of the pollen and the leaves to start falling, then we're going to get it really clean. So yes, we're aware of that too. Thank you. Other comments or questions? Right behind, and then we'll go to the front row. Go ahead, William.
I didn't see anyone representing the dining services, but I did want to bring up a point that at one dinner, the food was not cooked. It was downright raw. When I saw Matt a couple days later, you wouldn't believe what the response was. His answer was, "I wasn't there."
Okay, well, thank you for sharing that. We certainly don't want that to occur. And I apologize. And what I would again encourage you, if there's anything wrong with your meal at the time of service, there is always a manager. Ask to speak with the manager so that they can address the situation immediately in the moment. That's the best way for us to correct it, and also the best way for us to prevent it from happening again. I'm so sorry about that. All right, up front. Yes, Barbara, hi.
Well, good morning, everybody. I'm Barbara Henry. I've been here 3 years, and I'm very happy here, I have to tell you. Couple of things, okay? The first thing was, when I first came here, the elevators all needed to be replaced. Not replaced, but refurbished. Mm-hmm. And it's a wonderful job. There's just one problem. Mm-hmm. What a waste of money on the flooring, okay? I was showing some prospective new residents, And the one woman said, "Why is there tape on the floor?"
Mm-hmm.
The tape on the floor was because the carpeting was coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you know, it's in squares.
Yes.
2 days before, we had somebody here the whole afternoon. That elevator was closed. The guy came with a big machine. He came with glue. But 2 days later, there was tape.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going home the other day, and I'm in a different elevator, and the same thing I notice is happening.
Yep.
Those tiles, the supposed to be carpeting,
Yes,
are
they are.
coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel badly also for our budget, because like you say, capital improvements cost a
Mhm.
lot, and
Yep.
it comes from us.
Yep.
So that's something that really needs to be seen.
Yeah, so the carpet squares were a conscious decision when we redid the elevators. If you remember previously, we had laminate in there, and what would happen is folks would go in with their walkers or scooters, and it would dig into the vinyl, into the linoleum, and people would go in and burn rubber, literally, with their scooters, and it would cause problems. So we went with the carpet squares. And we know that they are easily replaceable. That was part of why we did it. When you saw the tape the other day, that was after they did the work, right?
About 3 or 4
Yep.
days.
What it was is they were using the tape to hold down what had been glued. It had to set for a couple of days. And once that was done, the tape should have been taken up. I know we had that going on in a couple of locations, but you're very much right that we need to continually keep an eye on those elevators, because again, what's happening is when people go in and turn, that's what causes the challenge. And we're not going to prevent people from going in and turning. We just want to do something that we make sure is safe and something that is durable. So thank you.
Well, also because it's not just one corner. When
Yep.
it's attached, it's more than one corner
Yep.
that starts to come up.
Yeah, and if that happens, then we end up ultimately replacing the whole tile, which is part of the design, and to be honest, quite cost effective in relation to having to replace the entire floor.
Yeah.
Thank you. I think Judy had a comment next.
Yeah, I appreciate that there was an update on the COVID cases here. Could you please remind us what the,
You're good.
okay, could you remind us what the regulations are and the procedures regarding isolation and?
Sure. So the question was about COVID. And in independent living, there are no regulations. Okay? This is independent living. What we do when we are notified or identified that, ooh, we don't want to do that.
That's this one. I think it's this one.
Too much fun. When we find out that someone is COVID positive in independent living, what we then do is we conduct our contact tracing. And we reach out to individuals who may have been in contact with that person within what I believe is 48 or 72 hours, right, Simone? I'm looking at Simone in the back. And we check with them and we follow up with them. What we do ask is that people who have tested COVID positive remain in their apartment and self-isolate. We provide meals to them and we provide other things to them so they don't need to leave their apartment. Those are all provided at no charge. As far as other individuals, if you haven't tested COVID positive, we don't hold people or restrict them. This is independent living. People are allowed to come and go freely. You're right, we do have a couple of COVID cases right now in independent living. This is the time of year that if we look historically, outside of the beginning of the pandemic, we see a natural rise in cases in the late summer and early fall. We see another spike in cases around the holiday season, from Thanksgiving through New Year's. We ask everybody to be vigilant. We ask everybody to, if you are not feeling well, to let us know and we can check on it for you. But we are not going to live where we are going to lock people down or be fearful of having folks go out and about. Okay?
Is there a recommendation if we have been exposed in some way for a number of days, or if
No.
the exposure continues?
The CDC says that there are no, at this point, restrictions on if you have been exposed. If you choose to self-isolate, that's your decision. Through our contact tracing, we sort of figure out who may have had what. If you know you've had an exposure, that you weren't contacted for a contact tracing, meaning you were exposed elsewhere or it's something we don't know about, certainly let us know and we can check for you. Thank you. Where are we at?
Mindy first.
Hi.
Hi, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We can't hear you. Is it on?
No, it's that phone.
Someone said I'm out of line.
No, that was the computer. We may need to turn up that mic, that's all.
Is that better?
Speak up.
No, I am speaking up.
No, it's not.
We'll make it louder.
Keep talking.
Good morning. Okay, now you can hear me. Barbara made a comment that she takes people, prospective residents around, and, you know, she was talking about the carpet. And one thing that I wanted to mention was the public bathrooms.
Uh-huh.
They're gross. They're not clean. They need to be disinfected every day.
Yep.
And, I mean, if you look underneath, there are cobwebs and nobody wants to see that when they're exploring a place on cleanliness.
Gotcha. Well, thank you for that feedback. We certainly will redouble our efforts there. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Gotcha. Thank you. I think you made me too loud. I'm getting an echo. Well, not all the way in the back. 2/3 of the way back.
Will we go in the back?
Okay, we'll do the front and then the back. All right. We don't want to make Claudine walk too many steps. No.
Noted that there are more wheelchairs motorized and more scooters motorized. And with all the people with canes and walkers around, it seems to be dangerous. So I was thinking of putting them on one side and us on the other side, making some track that motorized vehicles could go on.
Okay, well, we're not going to restrict where anybody can go, regardless of their assistive device. What we do recommend and suggest is that anybody with a motorized device should keep their motorized device on turtle speed. Slow. You should not operate your motorized device any faster than someone can reasonably walk, who is a member of our resident population. Not everyone follows those rules. We ask that they do so. All right.
No, I was just saying thank you.
We got Eileen and Sally. We'll do Sally first because Steve got there first.
Sally Wentworth.
Hi, Sally.
I've been 5 years.
Yeah.
And I've never asked for the money. Well, I've been eating in the bistro.
Yeah.
Every day at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
5 of us sit at the table together. You talk about manager. There is no manager. Day after day, we ask for something. They don't have it. We go with the flow. How many months does it take to get crackers for soup?
Mm-hmm.
Once in a blue moon, they'll have crackers. Yesterday, it said seafood linguine, red or white sauce. The same 5 ladies sit down at 5 o'clock. We were told there is no more seafood linguine. There are 9 pieces of shrimp left with the linguine. And so we took 3 shrimp each for the 3 of us, and the other 2 ladies had chicken.
Not acceptable. Period.
That's exactly.
Not acceptable.
5 years here, with
Not
all
acceptable.
the little complaints, I've never spoken of. This is too much. There is no manager. There's sometimes 2 waiters, and on a good night, there are 3 waiters, and no managers. That's unheard of.
Okay, well, there are managers in the building. They may not be in the bistro at that time. But regardless, Sally, we need to do better, and that's unacceptable. What you had last night.
There is no manager.
Okay.
Thank you.
Eileen.
I just want to know if there is an intention of replacing the furniture that was removed from the outdoors so that we could go and sit there after dinner in the back by the pond and in the front.
Yeah, there's lots of furniture in the back by the pond.
No, it was taken away.
Steve.
You put a pond instead.
Steve. Where did Steve go?
So there's a table and chairs that were in the gazebo area, but when we moved the tent, I moved them back in that off circle right by the main dining room window.
I mean, they're back now. I didn't see them.
Yeah, after the tent left, yeah. They're right there.
There's furniture there. There's some stuff you can sit in the gazebo, and then there's other furniture on the other side of the pond over by the Live Well Center. Well, there's a bench, and there a bench around the gazebo?
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
bench that could fit 12
Right,
people.
it sits around the gazebo.
And during the bad weather, it's just so it
Yep.
keeps the weather safe for the furniture, we move it by the gazebo.
Yep.
But nicer weather, we put it back.
Yeah, it's all out. Hi, Marilyn.
Hi, I was wondering, why can't we have some benches or seating out in the front like you used to have?
Well, there are.
No, there's only 2 benches.
Right. There's 2 benches out there, and there's going to be an additional bench added in front of the koi pond. We're working on finalizing what that bench is going to be. The furniture that was out there is now over by the pond. We have seating everywhere throughout the community, both inside and out.
But you need to have more out in the front. We missed that.
Okay, well, we've got the 2 benches out there, and there's a 3rd one coming, so that'll help us. Thank you.
Just one more thing.
Yeah.
Because there is some COVID cases here, should everyone be wearing masks?
No.
No?
No. No need. If you want to wear one yourself, you certainly can, and I have no problem with that, but we are not going to mandate any mask wearing. All right, where we got? We got Vince?
There is 2 more benches out by flagpole.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. There's 2 out by the flagpole. There's 2 by the clubhouse. There's more out back. There's stuff around the back of the pond. There's benches out around the walkways within the it's probably gonna crap out on me. Around the ABC and DEF courtyards. There's lots of outdoor seating out there. Absolutely. Thank you for reminding us, Vince. Hi, Estelle.
Hi. I have 2 comments to the last 2 ladies that spoke. When we moved here a year and 2 days ago, there was a bench that I could look out on our. Somebody took it away and it never came back. So they need a lot of new benches. And in response to the bistro, as I said, we've been here a year and 3 days. And from the very first time we came, because of our backgrounds, we noticed a big problem in the bistro. And because of what business we had been in, I get a lot of the ladies and residents coming to me. Because I am on the dining committee, but I've asked over and over again. In fact, I said after a month of being here, my husband's gonna kill me for talking.
Well, remember, this is on video, so.
After a month of being here, I said to Matt, I would love to work for you, but I want to get paid. Okay, he said, no, residents can't work. And I have repeatedly asked Tyra, how are we making out with somebody to be in charge from noon till night? Oh, we're working on it. Well, first of all, let me tell you that I know that there's plenty of people who have complaints and don't speak up. The other day we waited a half an hour because there was only 1 server, and they were at the register trying to make sense to 2 women, and we just waited, and then I said, that's not their job, okay? It's also not the job of the waiters in the bistro to have to do the to-go bags while people are waiting to be waited on. I know it's not easy to get good help, but someone, and it can't always be somebody, like Tyra to have to come upstairs. Somebody should be in that bistro every single night when the meals start. And when I speak to them about that, it says we're working on it. Well, in my former business, if I told people of the complaints that they were making to me, oh, I'm working on it. You know what that sounds like? It sounds like, you know, give us a break. And I have noticed lately, they said that the menu was gonna change. Well, it has changed, okay? It's more expensive in the bistro now than it is downstairs. I don't know if everybody has noticed that or not. And I am not, you know what, I am the last person who complains. Like I said, my husband's gonna give me hell, okay? But, I can't help it because they come to me, okay? I know that, John, but you know what? Sometimes that doesn't work. So anyway, I just wanted to say, you are absolutely right. Someone should be there every single night.
Thank you for that feedback. We clearly have some work to do in the bistro. John?
Somebody said, uh-oh, I'm not gonna complain, I just want some clarification. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
No, it's not working.
I can hear you. You're fine.
It's fine.
You're fine, John.
Okay, Jay, could we have a little bit more clarification, you know, on October 22nd, we're doing the flu vaccine.
Yeah.
On any other vaccines, because we are into virus season.
Yep.
Per se.
Yep, and we're gonna see what the interest is, and then we'll let folks know based on that, John.
Does that mean we'll get what we asked for?
If we have sufficient interest, I need to see how many people are interested. You'll
We
talk.
were promised the COVID.
Okay, well, we will take the registrations through the clinic, and we will go from there. John, I am answering your question, I'm sorry. That we will take the requests and the registrations through the clinic, and we will provide what we can based on the numbers of folks who are interested.
When would be, could we submit these requests immediately?
I think we'll start taking registrations now, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I think we've got Millie up front. Give us just a second, we need the microphone, Millie.
I'm just a little confused as to when we will be getting our shots, all our necessary shots. Will we be advised as to when we are scheduled?
You need to sign up in the clinic, and it will be on October 22nd when we actually do it.
So I'll just stop at the clinic.
Absolutely. Thank you. Hello.
Good morning.
It's afternoon now.
Oh my God. Okay, good afternoon. Okay, very good meeting today. Very good information. I'm glad that you're on top of what's happening in the backyard, because I was wondering what was happening with that. So I'm really glad that that's going to be getting started pretty soon.
We hope so, absolutely. We're very frustrated by the wheels of bureaucracy that don't move quickly.
Yeah, well, we know all about it.
Yeah.
But thank you.
Thank you. All right. Any more? Going once. All right, I heard a movement for adjournment. All right, with that, thank you all so much. Have a wonderful afternoon, everybody. Thank you.